What's up, beautiful blessed spice family? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm using my new Instant Pot. It's not new, but it's new to me. And guys, we are going to be making some pork roast in this Instant Pot. We got some olive oil. I'm going to be using this beef flavored bouillon. Let me tell you, this beef flavor gives some meat, some absolute flavor. I got some garlic powder and I got some kosher salt. You guys, we're going to be doing our thing here in this Instant Pot. Let me tell you something. We got that Worcestershire sauce, that Worcestershire sauce, however you say it. We have the W sauce in the building. We're going to be throwing on that pork. We got that thyme, that thyme. You know, the English language is the hardest language to learn, to speak, whatever. That's what they say. We got that spicy brown up in the building. We got that spicy brown mustard. We got that Miss Paprika and that Mr. Black Pepper. OMG, OMG. We finna do our thing. All right, you guys, we're gonna cut up a green bell pepper, a yellow bell pepper, and an onion. We're gonna add into this amazing pork roast recipe. All right, I hope everybody's having an amazing day. I hope everybody's doing blessed, and I hope everybody's taking it easy. All right, so let's get ready to cut this up. We're just going to cut it up just like that in squares, just very simple, nothing particular. Cut them how you want, do how you want. It is your bell peppers, and I'm telling you, they're going to melt down to success. All right, Spice family, please don't forget to go and check out the Praying Couple Cooking Series, and don't forget to check out the Spice Queen TV. All right, we got that cast iron skillet out. That's already ready to go. We're going to throw that pork in there. We got our Instant Pot right here. This is my big Instant Pot now. I have a small one that I've been using forever and ever, and a very small one that I've been using, but I got a big one. I got it for Mother's Day. Absolutely love it. So I'm trying out this pork in this Instant Pot right here. We're going to do pressure cooker, and we're going to cook it for about an hour in the pressure cooker. All right, that's what we're going to do here on the Cooking with the Spice Queen, Michelle. You guys, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Do your thing, chicken wing. All right, Spice family, we got our dish right here. There is that beautiful pork roast. You guys, this pork right here was a lot fatty. It was so fatty. It was so fatty, you guys, but I made it happen, Captain. And it was, I don't know what's going on with our meat lately, but it just wasn't right. It just wasn't right. But the flavors were there, but the pork was so fatty, it was hard to even maneuver, okay? Even if I was to use it as a pulled pork, it would have been a lot of fatty meat in the pulled pork. But this is what we got. Here's our pork. We're getting ready to season it up. We're getting ready to do our thing. And I got on my pink gloves today. I got to get some more black ones, and these are actually super big. But you know, I don't like touching meat with my hands, but if I have to, I will. And my hands are always clean. I always sanitize my station. I always make sure everything is clean when you're handling meat. You always want to make sure everything is clean when you're handling meat, because you don't want to have that cross-contamination. You hear what I'm saying? First, we're going to put that olive oil on there. We're going to put that olive oil, and we're going to go ahead and season. Season to your taste. Season to your taste. Use your own seasons. Use what seasons you want. Do your pork how you want. You guys, let's season this up. Stay freaking tuned. All right, Spice family, let's rub all of that seasoning in. You guys, like I said, season to taste. We got that paprika. You guys season on both sides. Do how you do. I just put a little bit more olive oil because it was drying out on me because this thick old paprika and all that. But rub it all around. Get it on all sides. We're going to put it in that cast iron skillet. We're going to let it sear. I'm going to sear it on both sides, and then I'm going to lift it up and hold it on these sides like that. And I'm going to just get it nice and seared, and you guys are going to see that. It looks amazing. Rub-a-dub-dub it all in. Get it, you guys, mixed all the way in. Let me tell you, I tell you what, I don't care how much season I use. For some reason, I still always have to add a little bit more salt to my dish after it's done. I'm adding more salt here, but I'm saying after it's cooked, for some reason, my season is not getting inside of that meat down in the gutter. You hear me? I'm telling you. So I have my thermometer to check the meat and everything to make sure it was at 145 degrees and everything for that pork. And so I'm telling you, I mean, you know what I'm saying. I'm just adding to the other side, doing my thing, and we're getting ready to spice it up, Spice family. Thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate all my new subscribers, all my old subscribers. I love you guys to death dearly. Stay tuned. We're about to sear this meat up. Holla at your girl. Don't forget to turn on that bell for your girl. All right, Spice family, here we go. We're about to put that meat in here. You guys, I did add a little bit more oil into this little skillet here. And there we go. We got that big thing of meat in there. It's almost too big for it, but we're about to sear it up. I hope you guys are enjoying Freestyle Fridays. Please let me know in the comments. Please comment to your girl. Please comment and tell me what you think about the channel. Tell me what you don't like, what you do like. I truly appreciate it if you did that. It makes me happy. But anyhow, you guys, like I told you guys, I had a trip to Colorado, which I enjoyed that trip to Colorado. But I don't think I'm going to be going back no time soon. And unless my sister needs me, I will go back. But I definitely won't drive again because that was a long drive, especially through Kansas. It's like 560 miles from St. Louis through Kansas to Denver. OMG, 560 miles is the longest, boringest, flattest drive you can ever do going to Colorado Springs. So if I was gonna go to the south part of Colorado, I would have went through Texas, Dallas, Texas. I would have went through that end way, but I was going up to the north part of Colorado, so that's why it took me up through Kansas and all that other stuff. So, but it was amazing. It was amazing. The trip was fun. I enjoyed seeing my sister, brother, all the people, all the kids, people who have kids, all the nephews who got kids and families. Oh, it was so overwhelming. I was like, who is that? Who is that? Who is that? That's John Boy. Who is that? That's Cicely. I'm like, Lord have mercy, child. They beautiful, beautiful kids. So you see how I'm searing it on these other sides? Look at that sear. Doesn't it look absolutely stunning and amazing, you guys? We're going to put this whole roast inside of that Instapot. We're going to put it on pressure cooker for about 1 hour on definitely pressure cook. So whatever degrees that's on. So we got that out of there. That's all seared. Now we're going to throw in those bell peppers and onions, which look absolutely stunning and amazing. We're just going to go ahead and use all of that ingredients, all of that sauce, all of that stuff we got going on in the bottom. We're just going to go ahead and stir that in. We're going to add a little bit of water so we can get those flavors melting on those bell peppers and onions. Absolutely amazing, you guys. Go and check out all of the channels. Go and check out, help, support, do what you do. It's like I said, YouTube is hard. It's very consistent. It's what you put into it. Whatever you put into it is what you're going to get out of it. And that's the truth. So I'm trying to put my all into it. I'm trying to see results, and I'm waiting patiently to see results of what my putting my all into my YouTube channel. So anyhow, let's do this, Brutus. Look at that. Looks amazing. Looks amazing. Those onions and bell peppers had so much seasoning when I got done cooking it and I was served the dish. You guys are going to see what I served the dish with. Actually, you already seen what I served the dish. I made some baked beans with some Bush's baked beans. I fried some bacon and some onions. Put in some brown sugar, some Worcestershire sauce, a little bit of salt and pepper. And then I have put in brown sugar bourbon. I tell you what, absolutely, it was so good, you guys. And I put a little bit of honey in there. So those baked beans was so good. And then I made some gravy. I used the sauce from this right here, the sauce from the pork. I took 2 cups of the sauce out of there, put it in the skillet, let it boil, went in ahead and add some cornstarch and a little bit of flour to that. And then I added in a little bit more a little bit more of the beef flavored bouillon. Look at that sear. Look at that sear. It looks absolutely amazing. You guys, we're getting ready to dump this into our Instant Pot. And then I let it simmer, let the gravy simmer. I put that cornstarch and that flour in there, put a little bit more brown. Why do I keep saying that? Jesus. A little bit of more of that, what is it called? My brain is going crazy. But anyhow, beef flavored bouillon, a little bit more of that beef flavored bouillon in there, and stirred it up and let it simmer. And it was absolutely stunning. There you go. We're getting ready to put that pork right into that thing. I just left that kind of flat, that rack thing flat there, because if I would have put the handles up, that pork was so big, it would have knocked it down anyway. So we're going to push it in there. We're going to push that roast all the way down up into that Instapot. We're going to pour in those juices, and I'm going to add another cup of water into the Instapot, and I'm just going to let it cook. Just let it cook for that hour. And until the meat is done, juicy, whatever. Sometimes people don't like the way when you cook it in these kind of things. People don't understand that meat is different when you bake it. Meat is different when you put it in the air fryer. Meat is different when you put it in different tools. It comes out different. Meat's different. Like when I cooked it in this pressure cooker, the texture of it was kind of mushy, kind of like it was a different texture that I don't know. I don't think I was too used to it. I kind of like my pork a little bit dry, not too wet, not too moist, not too mushy. Not unless it's a pulled pork. Not unless it's with the barbecue sauce, the pulled pork sauce, and it's kind of mushy that way. But to eat it like this, I don't know if I like the texture of it, but you know, to each its own. But anyhow, like I said, meat cooks different in the different instruments that you use, and it definitely cooks different in the oven. So I think I like my pork roast different if I'm cooking it this way, where I'm cutting it up, slicing it, cutting it up. I think I like it better roasted in the oven. Or I don't know, you guys, I don't know, do your thing. It's Freestyle Friday up in your girl's crib, and we're making this pork roast in this Instant Pot. Doesn't that look absolutely stunning and delicious on Freestyle Friday? Season to your taste, do your thing, make it how you want. It's how you want to eat it, how you're gonna do it. And like I said in the video before, I don't do all of that fancy, all of that extravagant kind of things of making the video, because I still want to keep it simple and real so people can follow it and do what they do. You understand? Like I said, I don't have nothing against those amazing videos who does all that seem like AI kind of things in the video, but you know, it makes it look so interesting, but I'm too simple for it. I can't do it, and I wish I could put all those kind of interesting, fun, kind of interesting things in my video. So I'm just keeping it real as it comes. This is it, putting it in the Instant Pot, simple, easy, and to the point. But anyhow, 1 hour, guys, we got that Instant Pot on, and we're getting ready to let that cook, shake, rollo, and roll on your girls channel here on Freestyle Friday. I love it, and we'll be back. Stay freaking tuned. All right, Spice family, let's check it out. Let's see what our roast is done in the hour. It has been an hour. It's been sitting, and let's see what we got. OMG, it looks absolutely delicious and stunning and amazing. You guys, I'm going to take it out of here, and I'm going to let it set and rest and set. You guys, when people say let your meat rest, please let it rest. Now, that's something that is true. In fact, look at how tender that is. It just comes right up, picks it up with the fork. So tender, juicy. Let it rest, because if you cut right into it, all of that juice and everything is going to just gush right out, and it kind of like dries it out. I've learned when I do that, and it just doesn't set right. So I just cut into this meat, you guys, just to see what's going on. And to me, I think it still needs to cook some more, because, you know, but you got to go by the temperature of that thermometer. And if it says that it's at the right temperature, then it's done. But once it rests, it'll settle. It'll cook the rest of the way, you guys. Once it has some rest, because it's just been beat up in that cooking, in that pressure cooking with all that heat temperature, just killing it. So now it's trying to rest after we just done beat it up. Now it wants to rest. So we're going to see it. We're going to see it in this all cut up out of the Instant Pot. Stay tuned. All right, there it is, guys. There is the roast out of the thing. Now, if I want to get the pulled pork, I'll just let it cook some more and then just start pulling it apart is what we'll do. But my thing is, I just wanted to cut it in slices. And like I said, this pork had a lot of fat in it. It had a lot of fat. It's still resting. I didn't wait to cut into it because I was just trying to get the video done. So yeah, let it rest before you cut into it. We're just going to check the internal temperature right here of the roast and see where we're standing here, guys, with this roast. Some, you know, you got to do it in certain areas. Some areas show that it's higher. Some say that it's lower just because it's different parts of this roast. But anyhow, let's make the plates, family. We did that. Here goes the plates. You seen it in the beginning. We got that delicious roast right there. We're going to add our mashed potatoes, which are instant Idaho mashed potatoes. And then we've got those delicious baked beans that I told you about, and that homemade delicious gravy that we're going to pour onto the top of this. Thank you so much for stopping by. I will see you on the next Freestyle Friday. You guys don't want to miss the next Freestyle Friday. Stay tuned, same time, 4 p.m. I'll see you then. Holla at your girl. Smooches.
Grateful for all the things I've seen. Grateful for all the Lord's blessing. Ain't gonna stop, no way, no how. Grateful, yeah, I'm grateful. Grateful, yeah, I'm grateful, oh Lord.